YouTube, what is good? It is your boy Flex, and put your muscles up, because we back with another video. So in today's video, man, we're going to be reacting to the Taxman. I've seen his name in my comments a few times, so you guys want it, you guys going to get it. Let's go ahead and cut all the chit chat, man, get right into the video. Grab your headphones, turn the volume up, you guys know the deal. Get that full experience. Into the videos, watch it, let's go.
Jesus Christ!
They call me the Taxman. You have to be hard to live here. I was alleged I robbed him, took £50,000 worth of heroin off him, had over 1,000 fights and won every man I've ever fought, so you fight to the death and that's it. Just awesome genetics, isn't it? Basically, I'm the law in this area.
Picked him up and I ran at him and threw him into this door, and the door fucking smashed his head into there, and he fell back, and I headbutted him, I threw him again into the door really hard.
Brain Cockerill is one of Britain's most notorious gangsters, a self-proclaimed justice system of the underworld. In his world, only the strong survive, and every could be his last. For 20 years, Brain Cockerill has used his brutal reputation to extort millions from drug dealers. He sees it as a tax, a levy they have to pay to allow them to operate in his area.
For people who don't know what taxing is, it's drug dealers sell drugs on the streets, and when they sell the drugs and get the profits, the money, I usually go and take the money off them. Obviously, they can't go to the police and say, well, Brain Cockerill's just been round and took vast amounts of money off and vast amounts of drugs, because obviously it's illegal to sell drugs, and so if they try to convict me, they convict themselves.
Despite the risks, and at 42, Cockerill remains on top of his game. His lifestyle requires him to be brutal and intimidating. He commands fear as he marshals the underworld in his patch.
Most people who've tried to emulate me, they're either dead or they're doing life sentences. And to do it probably is the hardest job in the world.
These days, taxing drug dealers is not what it used to be. The dealers don't have as much cash because competition has hit their profits. The taxman's returns are not quite as lucrative.
I remember one day we went out and we made 15 grand in about 5 hours. This was 20 years ago. You know, a massive amount of money. Years ago, when you used to tax them, there'd only be half a dozen in each town, so you could hit them and they'd have the drugs in the house. They'd have the money in the house, and you'd kick the door and run in, you'd get drugs money and you make a fortune.
Cockerill calls himself the Taxman. The reality is that he uses his great strength to muscle in on criminals and their ill-gotten gains.
Okay, so it's like, what if all of these drug dealers in the area decided to band together and go get him? You know what I mean? It's like, obviously we're still in the beginning of the video, so they don't tell us if he runs around with a crew, but so far it just seems like he's kind of, you know, maybe himself or maybe like one or two other people. But depending on how many drug dealers you got in the area, you know what I mean, you can have a whole gang. A whole gang versus this guy and a couple other guys.
But wrestling huge sums of cash from top drug dealers is not without risk. To keep one step ahead of his enemies, Cockerill trains 3 times a day. He is a 22-stone steroid-filled fighting machine who claims never to have lost a fight.
Like, say I was fighting you in the street, I'd catch you right uppercut there. I'd come in, come on, fucking throw your shot. So I'm coming in there, you know. So if I couldn't catch you with that, I'd come in and grab you by the throat, pull me out, and pull, see your eye, pull your eye there. Yeah. So as you're going out, pull your eye out. And as I pull your ear, pull your knee and bite your ear off. So your ear's coming up and you're screaming. I mean, it's like if I grabbed you in a headlock, just like that. There's no way you're getting out of that, is there? You know. And if I crushed you, like, sorry. I pulled his eye out within about 3 seconds, he was fucked. But when you pull their eye out, it dangles like on a socket, it's like on like a string. I fought this lad and I bit his ear and his nose off. But I was feeling very generous that day and I given him back. I was a bit like fucking Hannibal Lecter, I suppose.
What did he look like afterwards?
It looked like Hannibal Lecter had got hold of him. It's been alleged in the past that I've been charged with these things. It's not just alleged, I've been charged with murder charges, attempted murder on 2 police, 30 or 40 Section 18 wounding with intent. That's punching someone with your hand, but a wounding with intent, Section 18, usually you've got to use a weapon, but they class my hands as deadly weapons anyway, the police. I've been arrested for racketeering, blackmail, kidnapping, firearms, drug dealing, taxing, shootings. I'm supposed to have had people shot, people murdered. I'm supposed to have had people taken away and killed. I'm supposed to have.
Bro, how is this guy a free man? How is he a free man in this instance? Like, you got all them charges. Like, if you got all them charges here in the States, you locked up for life. You gone forever. You're not gonna be on the streets continuing to tax people. That's crazy.
Killed people myself. Been alleged that I've had people's pubs, petrol bombs burnt out, cars burnt out.
Did you do all those things?
Would I do all them things? Come on. Maybe some of them, but not all of them.
Despite being questioned thousands of times and hundreds of arrests, Cockerill's only convictions are for dangerous driving, criminal damage and threatening behaviour.
Oh, okay.
What does he look like?
That's why.
To you when he's fighting?
He changes totally. Absolutely, totally just goes blank. There's no expression or anything on his face. His eyes go black. And then he'll just turn it off like that and he's back to normal.
Amanda, Brian's partner, has seen it all. Her loyalty to Brian has been unflinching, despite constant fears of revenge and reprisals to the family.
But it isn't as easy as you think. It sounds easy, but it isn't. You try and think about going up to some man and saying, I want your money and I want your car and I want whatever. It isn't as easy as you think. If it was easy, they'd all be done, wouldn't they?
Brian lives by the law of the jungle. He has a passion for huge animals and has intimate knowledge of the behaviour of predators.
I went to a zoo once, Barrow in Furness. I was stood there and the tiger pissed all over me, the female one. The bloke said it must be the hormone, you test, it must smell it. It's just a sign of whatever you'll find out when you go and do the tigers. But stood there, so a big ginger pussy pissed all over me.
It's alleged that I've taken people away and played the piggy game on them. And people say, what's the piggy game like? When I've took their shoes and socks off and broken each toe with a hammer until they've told me where the money is, or if they move out of town and stop torturing people. But none of these little pigs got bread and butter. They all went wee, wee, wee all the way on, but they all were screaming. But you never get past two.
Now that
You break one of my toes, man, I might have to just tell you where everything is and where everybody else's stuff is too. You break one of my toes, bro. It's in the back, underneath the bed in the safe. The safe code is this. Oh, by the way, my homie across the street, he got some stuff too. He also got a safe under his bed. But if you want to go over there and talk, yeah, bro, you're not about no.
the taxman is planning to take his unconventional style into politics. He's decided to fight for election as mayor. He believes that he can use his powers of persuasion and that voters will see sense and back him.
So why do you want to become mayor of Middlesbrough?
Well, it was an idea. An old woman said to me one day, she said, we've been to the mayor, he's tried to help us, but he can't help us. She said, but you've done more than the mayor. So I thought, you've got a good idea. And she said, why don't you run for mayor? And the other people next door but one said to me, we can't fucking sell our house because the dealers are there. So I've kicked the door in, ran in, grabbed them, threatened them, got rid of them and chased them out the town. These police have been coming to this house for 2 years, constantly 2 or 3 times a day. Couldn't get rid of them. I got rid of them in 10 minutes. I'm doing it as a one-man band. What would it be like? I've had the community behind me, you see.
And you're certain actually you get votes?
Yeah, 100%, yeah. I think there's a lot of people would vote for me because they know I do the job properly.
Getting the job done is Cockerill's trademark. With a backup crew in place, few risk incurring the taxman's wrath.
If I go look for him, Liam, I will fucking hurt him, you know what I mean?
Drug dealers face many dangers. Top of the list is the taxman, Brain Cockerill, a one-man fighting machine. Over the years, the taxman claims he's made millions from local dealers. And if backup is needed, the taxman's loyal crew can be very persuasive. Meet Rob, Lee, and Vulture.
Well-respected man.
Yeah, but he can be a monster if he wants to be. He's not a nice person if you're on the wrong side of him. But he is a gentleman. It's because he's got a lot of respect for like a lot of hard people in the area, in the north east, down London.
Fought them all.
He's well known. He's fought them all.
He's fought all
With
the
fists.
admins.
With fists.
With fists, yeah. And
Fists.
The man's with.
he's a dangerous man.
And he's feared.
A call brings the taxman to the edge of town, where a car has been stolen from a local dealership.
The young lads stolen the car. Obviously, I think it's young lads. They broke and stole the car. They've drove so far in the car. The car's run out of petrol. So the police have obviously got the call, said his place has been broken. He's come down the fingerprint, all the bullshit. The gates have been smashed in. The police have took the car to the compound, and now they want £300 off him to get his own car back from the compound, which I think is fucking scandalous.
The police get a garage to come and pick it up. They pick it up, and obviously they want payment for doing it, so they're coming back to me.
These fucking assholes, I'll find out where they are by tonight, and it'll be sorted. I'll make them pay the £300 to get the car back. We're off now. Let's go.
See, and that's what's respectable about the type of men that do this, you know. It's like these drug dealers are getting away with crime. You know, there's no repercussions to these people. But then you got this guy who's like, you know, if you're gonna do this criminal activity, there's gonna be something to pay. There's gonna be a price to pay for doing this criminal activity. You know what I mean? Like, they haven't explained to us like if like what he does with the money, if he's ever done anything with the money, like as far as like going back to the community. But I'm sure he's done something with the community, you know. And even if it's not with money, you know, he's look what he's doing. You know what I mean, for the local dealership. Like, that's the type of stuff that I can respect about these type of men.
I'm like a fucking crusader, mate. Cape Crusader. Just need a fucking deep. I need a red phone. If violence doesn't solve anything, why does my fucking phone never stop ringing? Hello?
The car thief.
Kid who's done the fucking pinch the car. If I know he's related to you or whatever, what you're saying, but if he fucking goes in, pays Eddie 300 quid, which is the recovery money, nothing's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll break his fucking hands and his feet. Make sure he goes in. Don't let me down, because if I go looking for him, I will fucking hurt him. You know what I mean?
He's got such a good heart, you know. He really has. Once you're his friend, you know, you're his friend for life. And he will look after, no matter where you were in the world. If you needed him, he'd be there for you.
And if you're his enemy?
He'd be there for you and all. In a different way.
The taxman, with his loyal crew, tracked down the apparent car thief to ask him to atone for his crime. Hours earlier, the thief was beaten up. As to who's responsible, no one is saying.
You can't go around doing them fucking things, you know what I mean? You're going to end up in a hole in the ground, son.
I give him work, I'm sick of giving him work, I give him work, and all he does is just fucks it up every time. He fucks it up, but he's just not listening.
Nobody's going to hit you, stop being panicking, I'm not going to hit you. You know what I mean? So I'm going to hit you in front of fucking people, so I'm just trying to educate you. Just fucking get your head straight.
Sorry, I really am.
Yeah. I just pay him every week or something, alright? Give me a word, alright? Alright, good lad.
Cheers, mate. All right, son. I'll be in a minute. It's all right. I'll be in a minute. Thanks, Sean.
I have a really strong gut feeling that if there was no cameras around, it might have been a round two for Buddy.
No, but he's a good kid, man. He's a very good kid.
Yeah, but I know, yeah. Come on, fuck.
The taxman's unconventional approach to petty crime is controversial. He claims to do a better job than the police.
Obviously, as high-ranking police officers don't like the thought of Joe Public phoning me. I'm on about your average person phoning me to sort things out for them because they've got no lack and they've got no faith in the police.
Cockerell for Mayor. Vote for Brian. Look, the taxman, Cockerell.
Now the taxman wants to send a message to the wider community. He's putting his muscle behind a campaign for mayor and believes no one is going to stop him.
The picture should work.
I'm running for mayor next year,
Middlesbrough.
I wonder if you'd vote for us. My name's Brain Cockerill, and this is the polling thing we're doing. Just to stop the drugs on the streets and everything we're going for. Phone me any car. If there's any carry on, any idiot or anything, just phone me and I'll sort it out. Okay, mate. No problem with that. You take care. Look after yourself. Would you vote? Definitely. And for your family as well. So I'll leave that with you. That's just what the campaign thing's about. And there's nobody better than me to clean the streets up, is there?
What, I'll vote for you, mate.
You want to post
So
it
if
for
you
yourself?
fucking shite off the fucking streets, I'll do anything for you.
You know that. Fucking hell, who's better to do it than me? Okay, thanks for your time, love. See you now. Would you vote?
Yeah.
I can count on you. Thanks very much. Cheers, love. Thank you. See you at the voting thing. I'm running for mayor next year. I wonder if you vote.
He wants to tidy the streets up. Well, that is ideal, yeah.
Oh, there's my little pal, Terry.
Cockerill can certainly count on Terry's vote. Terry also has a reputation for being a tough fighter.
We've been friends a long time, right? And in honesty, he doesn't bully people. He sees injustice right, as I've done myself. He doesn't see people abusing people. He's got a heart of gold. But the same kid, right, you can't play games with him because he's a monster when he needs to be. But because he's only a monster, the people need to be monsters. He's the monster of Teesside, but he's my pal and he's a gentleman.
Yeah.
Friendship and loyalty mean the world to me. You can't put a price on it. And honestly and truth, it's like sometimes you got to dig through a man full of shit before you find good folk. Yeah. He's good folk. I wouldn't promote violence with anyone, but sometimes, you know, we don't live in an ideal world. We live where, you know, in an underworld situation. But like, friendship and loyalty is the major thing in Teesside. Brian, I'm going to go in because...
Okay, mate.
Yeah.
The boys will sort it out.
I've had a couple of nice...
All right, lads. Okay, no problem.
Hey, catalogue, look.
If elected, Brian promises a novel approach to fighting crime. Car crime is a major problem throughout Teesside, but Brian has his own ideas on how to deal with it.
It looks to me that there's been a chase and the car's been smashed in there, obviously ambulances and everything. Give chase to a stupid car thief. The person panics, drives like a maniac to get away from the police, hits someone and kills them. For what? A stolen car. I don't just let them get away with the fucking car and get the car later on when it's been abandoned. To me, it's a ludicrous thing. There was a woman killed not long ago. The daughter lost her leg and the woman was killed through a daft car chase. The car's worth, what, a couple £100 or something.
The taxman believes that solving car crime is a no-brainer and has set his sights much higher by promising to tackle the city's vice problem as well.
You can see the girls walking about now. There's one there, there's two over there, and there's one there. And look at the side of her, she's only a little kid, isn't she? No, she looks about 15-year-old or something. It's absolute shame. It gives you a lump in your throat type of thing when you see them right here. They've got to be 12, 13, 14-year-olds. I mean, they're full of makeup and still look like little kids. And this is...
Yeah, that's tough right there. Cause I have daughters myself. You know, I have young daughters myself, and that would really break my heart. You know, to see another man's daughter in that situation. You know what I mean? Like you just want to do everything you can to help out. No, but what can you do really? It's another respect check on my list, sir.
I would run for mayor, see. That will help them kids. I don't know exactly what 100% what to do, but at least I would try my best to do something, look into it, you know. And these black lads are coming from Jamaica. I mean, the streets are crawling with them. There's only me doing something about chasing them back. I mean, all right, it might be vigilante, but at least I'm trying. And people are asking me, saying, please, can you do this? And I'll do what I can. I'll do my damnedest for them. And I won't say no, and I won't say yes. I'll say I'll do my best for you. I'll see what I can do.
So you're Robin Hood?
I'm like, yeah, Robin Hood. But even he wore a mask. Rip the guy, man. Thank you, love. Smashing that. Another one undirectable.
The taxman, who doesn't drink or smoke, says he believes in old-fashioned family values, where a woman's place is in the home and children should be equipped for whatever life may throw at them. His only son, Jordan, has just turned 15. Under his father's watchful eye, Jordan is building up muscle and stamina for whatever lies ahead.
This is my dog Charlie, pedigree boxer. Doesn't like no one. Likes mom and me, obviously. He's a bit wild as well. still a good dog. He's clever.
Good dog. Training.
Sit down, Willie.
Hey, wanna play some video games? I know I do. I haven't seen the sun in years.
Nothing like a boy and a dog, right?
For Brian, size is important. He admires the big things in life, be they man or beast. He believes his great stature makes him untouchable.
Hey, wrap it in now. Wrap it in now. Wrap it fucking in now. I'm telling the both of you.
A fight has broken out in a local pub. Jordan is there and the taxman is worried.
There's been about 200 people in there. My son was in there, loads of kids have been in. And the Stockton kids in Stockton Town Centre have started fighting with the lads from Ingleby Barwick. I've heard about it, so I flew round. There's about 40 police officers here earlier on. They tried to stop me coming in, so I just threw them out the way. I said, get out the fucking way. My fucking son's in there. And he said, I said, get out the fucking way. And then I walked in and my son read the brains to get out before the trouble kicks off. He's gone there, but I've come in, there's kids all coming at me, busted noses, been hit with glasses, there's lads been stabbed. And it's just been a mad case, but they're all like 18-year-old, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids being daft. Had a few drinks and thinking like they can fight 10 men. None of them could fight sleep. How many people got stabbed? A couple, or just one?
Just Richie.
Yeah.
Like, they were brawling around here, and I went over to split them up, and then the lads swung for me. So as they swung for me, I was like, oh.
Ooh, she.
So I started swinging. And as he swung for me, I started hitting him.
Yeah.
I was like, pounding his head in as I could, and then...
Okay, so even the females is out here taking heads off, huh? Ah.
Next thing I knew, he got glass, and then the ambulance and police are here.
Young Jordan has bagged the stab victim's bloody shirt.
What was that? The lad who in glass?
Full of blood.
Full of blood. When I was a kid, all we did is play football. And bloody... Everyone fights, I suppose, but not like this. Not with bottles and knives and things. And they're all pissed.
Jordan's best friend, 16-year-old Ryan, used to be a binge drinker. But after getting involved in a number of fights, Ryan was served with an ASBO.
Breathe in. Oh. Breathe up.
Before I start training with Brian, mate.
He was served with the what? If they don't explain it, please somebody go ahead and drop that in the comment. I think he said an ASBO. I don't know. Let me know.
Over the Christmas period and before, I used to drink like quite a lot, like a couple of bottles of whiskey a day. And I was like really involved in fighting. I used to fight. I used to think I could fight.
Lad had 5. You feel that, yeah?
Jordan's dad has taken Ryan under his wing and is helping him develop his physique.
Keep your style, right?
Brian phoned me one day and said, right, it's time to train. And from then on I've been training, trying to keep out of trouble.
Stick your bum up like you're a duck, like that position. That's better. You're still bending forward quite a bit, just so you like that. I think you've got 2 left feet. So, 6. Good lad.
Jordan hero worships his dad and considers him to be in his own way a celebrity.
You've got legs like Bambi now.
Yeah. Don't like boasting about it. I never have. Fair enough, you might be one of the hardest. Like, you might be one of the hardest, like, about, fair enough. But there's no need to, like stand behind him all the time. I can stand up for myself as well. Everyone says, like, oh, why did Dad like that? Boast about him. And I was like, what's the point? I'm not like that. He's your dad. You don't boast about your dad. Family in there.
If you come here, just hypothetically speak, and you come to here or Jordan, I could make a phone call and within an hour you'd be shot dead. There's no quims about that. I would have no morals about doing it. If you tried to hurt my family, I wouldn't think twice about it.
in some quarters in this town, a certain layer of society.
Yeah.
You're the law.
Yeah.
And do the police recognise that? You believe that, but do the police...
I think they know that as well, and I think a lot of high-ranking police officers don't like the thought of me having more power than them, and that's the whole top and bottom of it.
It's a game between you and the police, isn't it?
It's a cat and mouse game, isn't it? But I can't afford to, I can't afford to be caught, can I? So, but I think I'm the cat now, and they're the mice.
It's a game where the taxman, for anything from a few hundred to several £1,000s, sets himself up as judge and jury. His is an alternative justice system that's used by those in the area who've lost confidence in the police.
We had a break-in, and I told Brian about it, and we've got CCTV up. By the time we phoned the police, the last time I showed the police it, they said that because the footage wasn't that accurate, you couldn't pinpoint the person.
And how long did
showed
it take?
Brian it.
How long did it take you to get them?
It took them, what, less than half an hour.
To find the ones who've done it?
We looked at the footage. Brian said, I've seen him. We were on the corner, and we got the lad, and he compensated us for the window that he broke, which is brilliant.
And the thing is, the kid didn't go to jail. He got told his mum come to me. The kid's mum come to me and said, "Oh, thanks for helping us," blah, blah, because I screamed. I said, "I'll fucking smash it." I screamed. I wasn't going to hurt him. I just was only a kid, about 18. Yeah. And his mum said, "That's the best way to do it, because you frightened him now, and he hasn't been burgling and robbing like he was." So she said, "You've kept him out of trouble."
See, with all the lads around here, you just mention Brian's name, and they know that Brian means business.
It's like, how do you expect your community, like as like law enforcement, how do you expect your community to put faith in you and trust you as the law, as the protector, when you don't do your job, right? And then you got this guy here who is more efficient and more effective than you are. Who do you think they're gonna trust more? Right? Who do you think they're gonna put their faith in? Not the law, not the real law. You know what I mean? They're going to go to other alternatives. They're going to go to all the other alternatives. So this is a 46-minute video, guys. I think we're going to cut it in half, right? So this is going to be the first part. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Post in the comments down below. And trust me, I do read the comments. Keep posting, right? Keep recommending videos. I'm going to check it. I'm either going to check it out on my own time, or it's going to end up on the YouTube channel, all right? And then, of course, smash that big red button. And until next time, man, y'all put your muscles up. It's your boy Flex. I'm out of here. Peace.